Alrighty. I forgot to turn on music.
I'm watching Dark Knight.
Dark Knight? Jeez. I forgot to turn on music. I forgot to grab my phone. I forgot all of that. Ugh. Alright. A little worried. A little bit worried. Let's try this out. Trying to put on some music on here. Except this really won't make that easy. Doesn't make this easy at all. Can you believe this? Oh. I haven't started yet, no. But thanks for being here tonight. Will shortly. I have like a couple of exposures left on this roll I have to finish out before I can get a full tank. But problem is kind of that got this little weird situation where I'm just trying to get a little music on, but we're in a weird spot here. Okay, so we're gonna get it on. I'm hoping that's coming in. Let me know whether it is or isn't. All right, but we do have some interesting stuff here, so check it out. Damn it! I'm just like I'm lost here, man. Music? No? Still no? Hoping that music is in here now. Also, I really gotta like lean over to read these messages. Okay, anyways. Alex, that you?
Yeah, my
Alright.
internet's tripping.
We got Alex, tonight's co-host, and we got this package here.
And I'm your mod.
Alex, my mod and my co-host for the night. You got this nice, wonderful package. Dang fancy camera, is it? I think it's the lighting. Honestly, like I think typically my lighting is anywhere from so-so to not good. But I think it's just like I got this whole kitchen set up for tonight. And whoa. There's nothing there. Phase 1? So this one right here is not a phase 1. This is a Contact 645. So I got some lighting in here, but also I got the camera in the camera. I got 3 cameras in front of me right now. Contact 645. Let's hope there's nothing else incriminating in here. Alrighty, check this shit out, fellas. I had a nice little splurge last weekend. Some new equipment. My god, I really gotta enlarge these messages. I can't read a thing. Oh, it's terrible. I'm on my way back over there. Or pop out. Sorry, give me a moment, guys. I'm a little scrambled right now. Music is going right on, right on. try this. Try this on for size. This should hopefully be bigger in my angle. My line of sight. Okay. It's like I'm trying to figure out this. I've been spending more time setting this stream up than I think I'm gonna end up streaming tonight. I've been working on this for like 2 hours, just getting this whole situation set up. Alright. So, we got some good shit, guys. So, for anybody who's watching right now, may or may not be familiar, we got this, get a good view. Contact 645. We've got the, get this in line here. Got the 80 millimeter Zeiss 2.8 lens, which is I think the lens that everyone wants and loves that goes with this camera. But I've had this camera for a little over a year now, and it's the only lens that I've had. And I always struggle to put on this hood. Oh, Alex just redeemed open a package. I just did. These hoods are like impossible to put on. Okay, there we go. So anyways, this lens is the only lens I've had for the last year and a half. It's just an 80 millimeter medium format lens. So it's like it comes in, gets a good open shot, it being, you know, 645 and 120. But I've needed, or not needed, but wanted more lenses, and I found a seller who is auctioning off a grip of 645 equipment this past weekend, and we'll just kind of see. We'll see what kind of condition it's in. I'm anxious. I'm excited, but also anxious to find out. So, 2 lenses. I was just planning on getting one, but then I saw he had a bunch of stuff going, and I feel like I had to go and get in on it. Now I get why you gotta bubble wrap it, but sometimes I just struggle so much just removing shit from the bubble wrap. I think there's definitely more. I think there might be like another hood and another cap in there. Let's find out. My God. Interesting that they taped it all up. All right. Some pretty good condition, I'm not gonna lie. So this right here is a 35. So I'm really curious to see what 35 is gonna look like, as well as this next lens too. Is there any more in here? All right, I'm making a huge mess here. Just want to be sure that I'm not missing anything. So it looks like one of these lenses, I guess this hood is already on this, and then this hood was separate. I'm curious to see what 35 looks like in medium format, because I'm just guessing you get a... Mayberry Mech, welcome to the stream. New contacts glass. Yup. So... Ooh. Take a look here. My God, just unraveling it here. Such a real challenge. My goodness. Everything. Oh, wait a second. This is. Oh, wow. Look at that. There were 2 hoods. The hood's right here. This is not a hood. This is actually part of the lens, isn't it? They packaged it very well. It's actually really quite nice. Ooh. got this out of the little trap. Ugh. Notice I had like a little crick in my back when I was setting up here. I gotta settle this whole thing out. All right. So here we got a 45 as well. So two similar focal lengths. And I'm just very curious how they're gonna look. And so we got about 6-7 exposures left. I think about 7 exposures left on this roll of film in here. So we'll just kind of split them up and see. Take pics of your feet. Thank you, Alex. This is a big ass hood. I love it. Oops. It's a struggle, man. The Contax hoods are very, very challenging to put on. I like this one. This one's a little more compact. There you go. There you have it. New glass. See if we can get a better shot of this. Hey, Splunk Punk, welcome back. Yeah, we just opened up some nice new Contax glass here, and we got a little bit. We got maybe about 7 exposures left on this camera, or on this roll of film. So I was just thinking, like, hey, let's just while we're here, let's shoot a nice let's shoot a keyboard. Let's move these guys out of the way here. A little counter stains here. Splunk Punk, hope your evening's going well. So this is this overhead camera. We got the Nikon 1735 2.8, and this is like pretty much the only zoom lens I own. And I got tons of lenses, but they're all primes. Evening's going all right. Glad I could catch a stream. Hey, thank you for being here. Yeah, it's not often that I put together these streams, but it's just like I feel like I've been overdue. But it's always like a crazy task just to get them in. So I wanted to show this keyboard right here. I think some of you guys, some of you may have seen this before. This is, to my knowledge, one of the first 40s I've ever seen. I think this was from about 2014 and 2015. I feel like I want to give credit to this particular group buy runner for producing the 40% layout. I have no idea if that's true. I'm sure someone has had some variation of a 40 key input device. But this one in particular is like the first time I've ever seen it. And I think the first time a lot of people have ever seen 40% keyboards. And so we got this, it was, the case is like this robin's egg blue. And I got PBT Islander just, sitting on top of it. I was fortunate to be able to get in these extras from TKC. yeah, super exciting. So I got this the fossil keycap from Color Controllers. But what's cool about this particular keyboard is something that I haven't really seen before, which is it's actually a through-hole keyboard. It's like 2 sandwich plates with a screw going through it. But this is one super mega thick sorbethane gasket that's just like sandwiched in between. So it's definitely interesting. I think a lot of people are curious about the sound profile. I mean, I quite love it. Yeah, no, it's like the case is like, this is the case. Plate, sorbethane, plate. Like, it's just the gasket. Yeah, no, it's not acrylic. It's just one thick piece. And so you feel it from the sides. It's like depressible. Like, it's got some give. And I think a lot of people, the people that I've shown this to, they're like, how the hell? Like, they couldn't believe that there was like such a thing here. So pretty cool. And so, yeah, I mean, I just feel like, hey, why not? Let's kill this roll, take a few shots, and let's see where we get. So we'll go. I feel like I want to get one shot on the 80, the f280 Zeiss lens, and then we'll do 3 shots each of these two guys. I'm pretty big on 40s myself. This is pretty neat. Yeah, no, it's crazy. So let me I'll give some history to it too. I think the history is really important. But I'll get a shot here first. Let's shoot at f4. We get about a cool 1/90th of a second. Hopefully that's enough. And let me get some of these out of the way. I feel like, should I keep these lenses in the shot? That I don't know. But if we are going to go 45 and then 35, we're going to get way more. Anybody out there, Mayberry Mech, Eno, you guys have any particular thought on how I should be shooting this? I mean, I just come in at an angle. It's kind of like, should this be the one shot to rule all? There we go. 40 be super wide? Oh, absolutely. So we got a 45 and we got a 35. So we went f4, and we got about 1/90th of a second on the shutter speed here. So let's try this out. Yeah, we got some wide lenses, especially considering this is in 120. So I'm very curious to see. Also, I don't know the last time I ever removed this lens, because it's the only lens I've had. So I gotta like figure this out, not make a fool of myself. One shot on each lens. We have 6 exposures left, I think. So we'll kind of see here. What film stock is in there? I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember. I did not fill in the back panel with the the little cutout. That's my bad. It is very likely to be, I hope it's let's check it out. I think it's Kodak 800. I hope it's Kodak 800 or 400. It might be Portra 400. Let's see. We'll find out once you remove it. Whoa. I ain't seen this before. All right. Same lighting, but just like, different view here. I'm like, should I go closer in and try to get it in the same amount of frame and just like see what the distortion is? I have a bunch of expired films in my fridge, been sitting for years now. Just got myself to start shooting these through. Right on, right on. Okay, let's do this. All right, so that's shot 1. I don't know if you guys think I should have some different kinds of shots here. We got this 45, so it's crazy. This I've never seen 45 millimeters on 120. This is crazy. Let's go 2.8 on this shot. Give me a second here. I realize this is a little funky, the situation I got going on. Alrighty. Let's try this out. Trying to see what shots I can get from like right here. It's just like, this is like a little ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. Ugh. I don't know, I guess this is not even in the stream shot, is it? Go back to F4 on this one. Whoa. All right, we got our 3 there. That lean. I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. It's like, I mean, I'm not anticipating these shots to be very good. I'm literally just trying to get shots of this keyboard and burn this this roll. So let's that's my disclaimer here. Hold on while I'm gonna go and grab. I realize I'm doing this all goofy. All right. We are back. All right, I got the camera off. All right. Bigger glass, wider shot. Let's try this out, yeah? After all this, we gotta actually look at the glass itself, because I didn't even inspect it, like, at all. Alrighty. Ooh, man, that's crazy. Holy smokes. That's this is 35? That's crazy. Like, it makes sense, but I'm still like bewildered. It's crazy. You guys try 120 or 35 on 120? It's crazy. It's like I'm getting so much of this shot that I don't want. All right, I am like I have to shoot this wide open, which is f3.5, which is like very, you know, or I could go f4 again for the same kind of shot we had earlier. But it's like its minimum focus distance isn't very, it's not very short. Whew. Try to get this shot with the overhead camera in it. All right, we got one left, guys. All right, I tried doing the same couple of shots here. Ah, and there you have it. And there you have it. All right. Shall we find out what film is inside? Yep, this is Portrait 400. All right. So, we got these 3 rolls of 35, and then we got one roll of we got one roll here of 120, which is perfect because I have this extra giant tank, a 5 reel 35mm film tank, and so we can fit these 4 rolls. Now I guess the problem here is that during this whole time I have not at all started heating up my chemistry. So hurry up. Yeah, I haven't started this at all. Turn on sous vide. We gotta get the water in here. Want to see this shit? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's... Yeah, I don't even have the water ready now. I'm not gonna lie, it's... Developing film is like... It's pretty interesting, I guess. In some ways. But after a while, I mean, it becomes just kind of a process here, so... I guess we could talk through it. We could look through some of this glass that we've just bought just to check it out and see what's going on. Right now it's like, yeah, as you guys can see, I'm still just filling up this tank here. So a number of things we could talk about. One is we could actually make this, we can make the development time here a little shorter. I usually push like a lot. Like I usually push like +2, like at least every single time that I develop film. Like no matter what, I usually just push +2. And like it's even if I'm not shooting at -2 or whatever. Like I'll push +2 no matter what, just to bring everything out. That's one thing. But today we can make it a little shorter and not push +2 because I already know that in some of these rolls I wasn't shooting -2, or I was shooting very close to like just, you know, normal. So, a heavy boy. See, I know you guys probably might want to see this, but I'm realizing that like I don't have like the sous vide like cord is really short. Used to push +2 all the time with black and white back in the days. Very aggressive agitation. So I want to show you guys how I agitate. I'm actually like super proud of the agitation methodology I have. Yeah, I realize you guys can't see. You guys can't see the what I got going on back here. So sous vide is on. I hope you guys could hear that. It's just like a little thing. Moon Operator, welcome to the stream. Good to have you back, man. We opened up some glass that I got in the mail. New contacts lenses, and so we were just playing around with them while we kind of wait to develop all these. So really cool stuff here. You got these two guys right here. A nice 80 millimeter that is the pride and joy of many a contacts owner. If you're feeling froggy, go ahead and look this up. It's the Contax 645 f2 80 millimeter lens. It goes for some crazy prices right now on eBay. I paid something insane for it, but I did pay for it over a year ago, so it's not as crazy as it is now. But today we got these in the mail, and it's crazy because these look actually super nice. I was not anticipating this nice. Ooh, sick. I think this is the first time I got one of your developing streams. I mean, this is only like the second time I've done this. So we're all a little lucky today. I think the first time I did this, it was maybe about a month or two ago. I don't think very many people tuned in. But yeah, and then we got this guy right here. This is the Samigon f3.5 35 millimeter, which is on 120, is super wide. It's crazy. I paid for it a year ago and only got it now. No. The body and the 80 millimeter I bought over a year ago, and I got it quickly. But these two guys, the 35 and the 45, I bought these over the weekend, and they came in yesterday, and I was able to hold my excitement and open it up just at the start of this stream. So very happy to have done that. Who is that? Andy, we're on live, just so you know. My stream, my other co-host, Andy. Looks like a big sensor. This is a film camera, so it's like it's not really a sensor per se. It's a little different. So yeah, this is a pretty penny. Spelunk Pump. Hey, Andy, Spelunk Punk says sick burp.
Oh, thanks. That's a cool guy right there. I like him already. There's a lot more where that came from.
These guys are rather nice. I don't see anything wrong with them. I think these are much better condition than I thought. And like, this is like a seller who like put in almost no info in the listing, and like I was just gambling. I trusted him. Yo, did you see the announcement for Splatoon 3? Oh my god, that was so incredible. That was surprising because for anybody who's really into Splatoon, it's like the big thing is like never get your hopes up about hearing some new information. So that was just like a huge shock. Moon Operator was just gambling. Yeah, I was. It's true. It's true. I'm just trying to get these hoods on. Sometimes these contacts hoods are like seriously impossible to like get on. Just trying to put this hood on backwards, and it's like super ridiculous. All right. So the song that's playing right now, I'm honestly a little worried that like, I mean, this part of the video is gonna disappear on the VOD. So I'm probably not gonna say very many important things right now until this particular song is over. In the meantime, I'm trying to just get this guy in here. You know what? This is not important. You know what I should be spending my time on is while the film is going, or the chemistry is going. As you guys might be able to see, I got the chemistry in the sous vide right now. The water temps right now are at 109, steadily rising. I have it set to 114. We just stuck this thermometer inside the actual chemistry, my developer, and it's steadily rising. Right now it's around 85, gonna go up to 90-ish hopefully soon. But what we ought to do here, so for anyone curious, I don't know how well this can be seen, but this is my keyboard slash photo closet. So you look straight on and it's just all my little containers of keycaps and switches and such. You turn left and then that's all my keyboards and some of my photo equipment. But like the photo equipment that I hardly ever use, all my actual photo equipment is out there in the wild on a shelf on that side of my apartment. Andy says walkie slush. Thank you, Andy. But we got this little hook right here. And we got this dark changing bag. So this is what I actually should be spending my time on as the film goes and develops here. What we're gonna do, LOL, I love that. No snacks in here, just hobby stuff. Yeah, all my food is in a much smaller space in this area right here underneath this kitchen island area. So, all right. So, with all that said, we got this situation here. Fat tank, it can take 5 35mm rolls. In particular, today we have 3 35s and 1 120, which this will be able to fit. So we'll get it out now. Now, one thing worth mentioning is I am very frequently very, very bad at reeling in 120. Reeling in 120 with these particular kinds of reels is just a huge challenge, I'm not gonna lie. Let me gotta grab here another reel. We have more reels in here. And we got pictures, we got all of that in there. Anyways, 120 is so much harder than reeling. Oh my god, it's terrible. Why you look like you're selling something on an infomercial? R.I.P. Billy Mays. Metal reels. Yeah, no, the thing is, I've always thought about using metal reels, but I always worry that, like, I feel like I would have to basically buy a whole new system, because I don't think I can just get metal reels and have, like, expect it to work within this particular tank with all this kind of stuff here. What is that, a sham? This is a sham, wow. all right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take out all these reels except for just the first 120. Now, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this all in to the dark bag. Zoo gifted a sub and graced the stream, right on. Pretty sure you could use it in the same tape. Okay, I haven't tried. I never got around to trying it, and I feel like I shoot less since COVID started, so it hasn't been super critical for me to go and do it. So I haven't bought it into it yet, but I may very well soon. Okay, so we got this guy in here. Now we don't need the typical. I have a bottle opener, or like a little. Yeah, I guess it's a bottle opener that I use for opening up 35mm reels. We don't need that here. I don't think we need a pair of scissors, but I'm gonna bring one into the dark bag anyways, just in case. And pardon all the sounds here, but I'm just grabbing all the stuff. Now, I also forgot one other thing. One of the most important parts, which is I need to go grab a pair of these like little, I don't know what they are, Mylar gloves or something. So excuse me while I'm off screen here, but I'm hoping you guys can still hear me through the head-worn, you know, over-ear mic that I have, this DPA 4066. So I got the gloves here. I got the tank in here. I got, let's see, we got, oh, that's not what I want. I want this guy. Oh, so this is like a blind darkroom. Yeah, you put your arms in it. It's double zipped, so like, you know, there's gonna be like basically no light leak. And you end up putting it into this tank. I got a really long tank. Put into this tank, which is light safe, but will allow liquids to go through it. New mic, yep. I got a new mic. I got this used off eBay. So yeah, I don't know. I was just hearing a lot about these head-worn mics and I decided to go for it. I think it does look super ridiculous. If you want to take a little bit of a closer look here, it doesn't really match my skin tone necessarily, and the windscreen is like, looks like a giant boil on my face, which is fine. I've definitely gotten that before. You know, saw 20 plus keywords. I feel like I see the name Grace a lot. I haven't seen the stream yet though. Keyboard enthusiasts in our audience. Yeah, anyways, okay, so we got, let's see, let's make sure we got everything. We got the scissors, we got the tank, we got this guy here, we got the cover, we got this reel, and now we finally need to get, Maze by Grace, right on, okay. We gotta get the actual roll of film in here as well. So then, I close zipper 1, then I close zipper 2. I put the gloves on. I got like one exposed thumb. I think these gloves come apart easily. They are nice gloves, but in terms of feeling and in terms of tactility, but they do break apart pretty easily. So double zipped. All right. So then realize you guys can't see this super well. We'll try. 0 for the Britney Spears joke. I mean, I caught that. All right. We put our arms inside the dark bag. And then we have to try as like our very, very best to open up this 120 reel without actually being able to see anything. And then thread it through this reel. And we have to do this quickly enough before I start sweating, because I'm definitely going to be sweating on how angry I am because threading this film through this reel is impossible. But as soon as I start sweating, the the perspiration will start building up on the reel, which is gonna like essentially spiral down because any sort of condensation or anything that exists on the reel is gonna make the film harder to reel through. It's always a race. So what I realized, I've been developing film for a couple years now. But what I realized, that ended up finishing. What I ended up realizing was that when you have multiple reels in the tank, it's best to just do them one at a time, I think at least. I am having some good luck right now at the very beginning of this reel. So I'm happy about that. But I also did something where I haven't actually fully taken the film off of the typical standard reel. So let's see if we can get this. We've done a good job so far. I think the best thing is always patience. Patience, but you gotta go fast. So we're trying this right now. Mayberry, you said you develop your film at home too, right? Trying this here. On our way. I do? Right on, right on. Meanwhile, our developer chemistry is at about a 98 right now. So we're about 4 degrees from the end goal here. The sous vide is right now rated for 113.5, which I think helps accommodate for the fact that there's plastic in between the heated liquid and the chemistry in the form of the bottles that they're in. Ooh, I think we are pretty damn successful tonight here. Usually I'm screaming. Ada knows this. I've developed some 120 film in front of Ada before, and I'm just getting fucking pissed all the time. She's like, oh, you just gotta be patient. And I'm just getting unreasonably mad. All right, so I'm removing the tape from the end of the reel as it's stuck to the protective covering from the rest of it, and we actually did finally get it through. Whew. Ooh. All right. This guy poking this, prodding this through. We finally got it in, and now we could finally close this tank up. And now at this point, we could come in here through this side, take the gloves off for now, open this guy back up. We got the tank out with the light safe lid. The light safe lid is in, the reel is in there, so we're decent on that portion right there. Scissors are out, we didn't need them. This guy right here successfully put in the actual film instead of this through the reel, because I definitely know that like I've gotten confused in the past before when threading through 120, but we are good to go. Good to go on there. So next up, we get the scissors and the bottle opener. This guy right here. So just for good measure here, I got to explain. I don't drink. So what happened was one time I had a bunch of friends over who wanted to drink, and then we realized I didn't have any like corkscrew, I didn't have any bottle opener. We ended up going to the Safeway and buying one of these guys. It's just like you pull these out. And then they proceeded to use this and said this is like the single worst thing they've ever used. However, what I realized is that while closed, this guy right here functions as a bottle opener, and it's like the perfect size and shape for me to take off the ends of 35 millimeter film roll reels, or canisters. So did you only do one roll? We only have one roll of 120, but we do have 3 rolls here of 35. And so my idea here is that, again, we're gonna do this about 3 more times now, is to put the tank in here, 1 roll, 1 reel inside, scissors and bottle opener, and then we can zip this up and then do this again 1 at a time for 3 more times. So, and this is the best way to make sure that there is no condensation on the reel, which is like honestly the biggest struggle here of you know, putting the tank together. Once we put the tank together, it's simple. Like it's actually really easy. I quite love my process for doing this, because you guys will see. But honestly, like the wait time of getting all the chemistry set is pretty bad, but it's worsened by the fact that this is the time to put the stuff in the actual tank. So does threading the film through that make it so that the entire roll of film is exposed to liquid? My understanding is that that is exactly the case. Yeah. Yeah, and it's pretty interesting. I think the actual the entirety of the process is pretty interesting with regards to what happens. Ah, shit. I put it on the wrong side of the double bag. Okay, so it's a double bag, it's double zipped, and I put it on the wrong side, apparently. Yep, all of it on the wrongest side of all of this. So it's like there's 2 layers of bag, and I just blew it. All right, got those 2 guys, got that guy, and then we got the actual roll of film. But yes, that's exactly why. And so you can see, I'll throw this guy right on top. I mean, you could see that there's a lot of exposure to actual liquid that can come through here. You know, the film being, you know, film as thin as it is, just kind of threads through, and there you go. Alrighty. Put our hands back through the double bag. 35 millimeter, a million times easier to thread on the reel. Now let's just hope that I didn't jinx myself. Okay, so you guys can't see what I'm doing, neither can I, but I can walk myself through it. I got the bottle opener in one hand, my left hand is my dominant hand. I'm holding the reel on the other, and I just popped off the bottom edge of the film canister. I now have the film in my left hand, I switched hands. I'm now grabbing the reel, thread it through here, and then I just crank it, and it's super easy. A million times easier and a million times less sweaty than the 120. Really quite nice. And this is a 36 exposure roll of Cinestill 800T, I believe, which a lot of people like to use for like what is it, like tungsten shots, nighttime, like evening photography, nighttime street photography and such. I'm gonna be honest, I loaded this roll of film into my Nikon F6, and I don't think I shot more than 1 exposure in the nighttime. I'm pretty sure all of it was in the daytime, all in daylight. So whoops. Ooh, here's a struggle. Is this in there? Okay. Got it through. Got roll number 1, roll number 2 through the middle spoke thing or whatever that is. Get the cover back on. All right. And that's up and closed. 2 more times. So we'll show you what this looks like. I realize I also didn't mention at the very, very end of the reel, once the actual film reel was all done, I actually needed to take some scissors, and my thumb is exposed there, but I needed to take some scissors and then just cut it here at the end, unless I wanted to just pull this off, which I'm always scared to do. So there's the garbage from that little stretch. We still got the lid on, which is perfect. We still got the bottle opener and the pair of scissors. So let's put in reel number 3, which is the second reel of 35 millimeter film. We got this roll of Portra 800, and we're just gonna put all of this in the same tank. I personally, I'm not gonna lie, I've never had issues developing different kinds of film that I didn't have issues with by putting all the same film into a tank. I have issues, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not because I got mixing films. So, I'm gonna do this yet again. Arms through the dark bag. You can't see necessarily what I'm doing, but neither can I. You can just see the moving giant bulge from within this double bag. So, take the canister, open it upside down with the bottle opener. There we go. Pull out the film from the canister, switch hands, get the reel in the other hand, thread it through. Crank it. Easy. Easy, easy. There was at one point where like I used to make giant developing runs. Like I'd be doing some like 15 rolls of film in like the course of 3 days or something. This is back when I was shooting a lot. And I'm not saying that I shoot well. I'm just saying I shot a lot. All right. Got to the end of the reel. Alex says I look like I'm doing magic, but at the end of the reel, take my scissors. I use scissors right-handed, even though my left hand is my dominant hand, but I give it a cut right there. Once we have that cut, we put it a little more into the reel by ratcheting it in. Open the lid up. Put that reel back down into the tank. Close up the lid yet again. Pull this out. And then we're good. Now, we got one more reel, but I'm taking a look right now, and our chemistry is just a hair over 102. So I'm going to turn the sous vide down just a couple of degrees. What I noticed is that 108 is typically enough to keep the chemistry at 102. Mayberry Mac asks what's in the bag. All right. Tank is good. We got the garbage from the last canister. And now, well, I guess, oh, here's that garbage from that guy too. So 113 on the sous vide. I typically do 114 if I think I can get all my rolls onto the reels rather quickly. 113 if I want to go a little slower, but then I bring it down to 108 once I can see that the chemistry is at 102. I hope that wasn't confusing, but that's my process at least. All right, we got this last roll of film. I've never used this before. I think it came for free when I bought something else. I don't remember what this is from, but this is Konica VX400. Either Alex gave this to me from his trip to Japan, or I got this for free when I bought something. Now, what's really interesting about this... What's up?
I gave that to you.
You gave this to me? Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. Anyways, what's interesting about this is that it's 12 exposures. It's a very, very short roll of film. Did you end up ever using this? Wait, what's up?
Maybe I did not give that to you.
Okay. This is a 12 exposure roll of film, C41, just to be totally certain. Let's hope that it actually is C41, because I remember this one time that it was either... Alex, I think it was you. You gave me a roll of Fuji 400 or something, and then it ended up being some black and white film, even though it was in like a Superior canister, and then I developed it, and like, I mean, all of the emulsion completely washed away, because you're not supposed to do black and white black and white film in C41. Do you remember that, Alex?
Kind of. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I think that roll of film broke one of my cameras.
Really? That's crazy.
That's weird.
Moon Operator says 108, raise it up after you're done and chuck in some steaks. I would never cook with this, because I'm just like, I feel like the dirtiness of this water in this container has probably fucked with the sous vide. I mean, I know it's probably not anything, but like, I just don't think I would ever cook with it. I feel like I would never want to risk that I've exposed some film chemistry that I wouldn't want to ingest. I was being sarcastic. Yeah, I figured, but it's just like, I would just never. I feel like that's just too much for me. Okay. This roll of film reeled on super fast because there's only 12 exposures. Maybe Reg is the thought that counts. Spelunk, not gonna lie, I'm not a film guy, but watching this all unfold is pretty interesting. Okay, thank you, and I appreciate you being here, and everybody, I appreciate everybody being in here tonight. I'm glad that this is interesting for some people. I feel like there's this notion that like photography isn't its own category on Twitch, which is really shitty. Someone just texted me. I'll find out who that is. It's not its own category on Twitch, which is like such a great shame. And so a bunch of people who are interested in photography and are on Twitch, they worked with Twitch to get a team set up. And I think it's kind of their first step to helping convince Twitch to put the category of photography on. Now, the thing is, I'm not part of this team. I don't think I can be because I looked at what they kind of require for photography, which is like at least 3/4 of your streams have to be photography. And it's like, I'd love for that to be the case, but I'm not that guy. So unfortunately, I don't think I can be a part of it, but I think it absolutely should. If anybody out here is from that Twitch photography Discord, I did promo myself earlier. Thank you for being here tonight. I just want to, give you guys a shout out if any of you guys are here. And I'm just hoping that, like, even if I can't even do things like be a part of the team, that me doing a stream like this is still hopefully beneficial, and I'm hoping here that people like it and appreciate it. I thank everybody for being here tonight. Okay, so here we are. The developer is stayed at a steady 102, so we pull it out of the sous vide water. Now, what I actually used to do a lot was do a pre-rinse on my film. And then I also used to do a rinse after the developer, but before the next set of chemicals. I no longer do that because I think that might have been what was messing with my colors for years. So we're just gonna go straight into the developer. And like I mentioned earlier, I think that what I used to do was just push +2 for everything. And I still do that, to be perfectly honest. So I don't know if I want to do that tonight. Alex, what do you think? Guys, what do you guys think? Should I make it faster? Should we get a little less grain? Especially considering that I didn't shoot plus or -2 for everything, on any of these rolls. Do you guys think I should still push +2, or you guys think I should do a little less? What are your guys' thoughts? Mayberry Mac usually do normal time. What's that, about like 3:30? Is 3:30 normal time for 102 Fahrenheit chemistry?
I wasn't paying attention to your question. I was watching Dunkirk.
Thank you. My question is, do you think I should do you think I should develop at +2? Should I push 2 stops?
Did you shoot it at -2 or whatever?
I did not, but the thing is, I almost never shoot at -2, and I still push +2 almost every time, because I think a lot of people look. I'll just explain it this way. You know what? Okay, we're gonna go a little less than +2 time, and you'll see. Okay, Mayberry Mech is suggesting, how about 1 stop? Okay, so 1 stop. What do you guys consider as 1 stop? Because I see different numbers for what 1 stop or 2 stop is. So let me pull out this little, what came with my chemistry here. At 102 degrees Fahrenheit, they're saying that 1 stop is 4.5 minutes, about 4.55 minutes. So we can go at about 4.5 to do 1 stop. So let's do that. All right, let's do it. Let's go to about.
Here's something interesting.
What's up?
Here's something interesting.
What's that?
All right, so I'm on HBO Max, and I was trying to watch Dunkirk.
Mm-hmm.
Then Dunkirk the sound is like a 5.1 like surround sound like setting.
Right.
That like it affects like the encoding of the audio or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't working on my like home theater system. And then there's a setting in the NVIDIA Shield TV like surround sound. Even though I'm not using a surround, like I'm using a 2.1 setup, I have to change it to change like the encoding of my Shield TV in order for it to play the Dunkirk movie.
So it's a Shield issue.
Yeah.
I see.
It's not just a Shield issue, it's also because my receiver is old.
I see. Got it.
It doesn't have a HDMI thing.
All right. Real quick.
It did not affect my Dark Knight when I was trying to play that.
I got this. Wait. So real quick, I gotta show this off. This is a Cibachrome processing drum motor base. This is an agitating unit. So if you're still out there, check this out. I don't even agitate with my hands. I just let it go. And I'll basically, what I'll typically do is halfway in, I'll just flip it. This drum cost me about 70 bucks on eBay, but it's just really hard to find. I would recommend anyone who's developing their film get one of these, because this changed everything. At this point now, I don't even have to think. Like I look at the clock for a second and just go at it. So you should put a flesh. Oh, that's a brilliant idea. Whoa, we got a genius here. You know, I was once considering getting a jobo, so that I could just do the whole water thing real fast. But that's a big ass unit. That's like, I don't know, 10 times as expensive of a setup that I have now. And I just don't feel like while I love spending extravagantly, I just don't think that it's really gonna give me that much benefit. It might, but I don't think it will, especially considering that I shoot less than I did before. So we got the $70 Cibachrome processing drum motor base. Maybe Remec, if you wanted to pick one up, I would go and suggest that. Eno, if you're still out there, I'd suggest you get one of these too. It's actually great. And I don't know if you call this necessarily aggressive agitation, but it is something, right? So all right, we got the sous vide off because the next step is the Blix. There's a range of temperatures it could be at, and so I'm already sitting at a 102. I don't need this to go, and like if I just keep it in the water for the next minute and a half, it's not really gonna matter like how far down it goes. It's not gonna go down much. All right, so here's what we do. We got the what is this? The 2 liter, is this the liter? Half gallon, the half gallon bottle here, all ready to go with the funnel. We got about a minute left. I forgot to flip this around. Got about a minute left for this whole thing to go and get running. Then we just drop it out, and then we'll have the bleach pretty much next up and ready to go. So Moon Operator, if you're still out there, yeah, this is it. What's happening here is I got this motor base. A lot of people will use like finger agitation, or they'll shake the whole tank just every now and then. And the idea there is that you do need all of the liquid chemicals to go onto the film, but on top of that, you need to make sure that the liquid chemicals are properly circulating. That way you're getting like freshness of the chemicals instead of like the same amount of chemical that's kind of just slowly becoming weaker over time. You need to be able to attack the film emulsion just continuously. So that's this situation of why agitation is necessary. There's my timer, my microwave clock. So you just pull this guy off, and then just pour this down back into the bottle, because we should still be able to use this. Now, this is a little bit older, and it is maybe about halfway-ish through its life, I think. Maybe a little bit more in terms of usage, but it's also pretty old. So I'm just hoping it'll develop all right. We'll see, right? All right. So next up, we want to kill any of the developer that's still going. So you can do that just by using some bleach, or this is like a Blix, a bleach and a fix combination. And this is like typically what's used in home kits. I think if you're a professional, who's doing this, there are certainly like, I think, more complicated processes that I don't really know of. I think like Blix and bleach and fix are separated into 2 different steps. Here, this is just a simple home kit. We kill the developer by just throwing in the bleach directly. And we run this here. My instructions say for 8 minutes, but I also think that there are some other sets of instructions that say do this for about 6.5 minutes. But it also is the reality that your bleach becomes weak over time. So you want to be able to run it for longer so the bleach has the same amount of effect. Now it sounds like there's some crazy sound. All right, I think we're good. Okay, so my direction is just say straight up, run it for 8 minutes. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with running the bleach for longer, and especially considering that this chemistry is a little bit older. I think we're good. Okay, so we washed out the developer from this guy here. We're gonna close up this developer bottle. We'll throw this back in the water. I don't think I'm gonna be using this water again anytime soon, to be perfectly honest. So I'll probably dump that out after this. I used to just keep this water in here, just knowing that I'm always gonna be continuously developing film, but I don't shoot as much as I used to. And on top of that, I don't really like keeping it just because I feel like it's just slowly evaporating over the course of the many days that I keep it out, and then like my place just becomes like a little more humid, so I stopped doing that. So we got about 6 minutes left to go for the Blix. So we're gonna just chill. You just watch this roll. We're gonna pull out some more paper towels just because you want to keep this counter clean. I mean, I quite like it, so we're gonna be good to it. With all that said, I mean, you're gonna notice here I'm pulling out a lot of paper towels. I mean, we're running a lot of water, and we're gonna end up running a lot more water once this Blix process is done. The next step after this, in about 5.5 minutes, is to run it underwater for either 3 minutes or 3 full empty tanks. So it's like I think it was 7 full empty tanks. So it's just like you fill it up, you empty it out, you fill it up, you empty it out. And that's a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot. And so you think about this, right? Film is like really not that good for the environment for so many reasons. I mean, the actual chemicals that are being used to the amount that you kind of need to all get this set up, especially as someone who's doing this just from home, the amount of waste that goes into it. And I think that like it's kind of like a weird and a kind of a sort of sad thing, but it's like it's really true, where it's just like this might not be feasible like in the very long run. I would hope that it is, but you know, we'll kind of see how things go. I'm already put in a situation where you look at, like, I have a Contax 645. I think it's an incredible camera. I think a lot of people out there think it's an incredible camera too. There's no one, like, I feel like there's hardly anybody out there who can professionally service this. There's no, I don't think there's any official service to actually get anything like this repaired. You're gonna have to take it to like other third-party professionals get this fixed. And I mean, like, you know, there's only so many people who can and are and would be able to service these. There's a lot of this where it's like it's kind of unreasonable. Film is kind of unreasonable, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a thing that is very enjoyable, but I also think that, like, man, it's tough. It really is. But here we are. We're developing some film. I don't think the process is really particularly challenging, but I do think that there's a lot of people out there who might not necessarily be comfortable with what you can do. So like, I just want to show, like, this is not a really particularly hard process. Honestly, I mean, there's a couple hard, but they're not really hard parts. There's a couple of hard parts in just threading the film on the reel. I think another part that's pretty hard is like actually mixing the chemistry, just because you're getting it from these like condensed kits. I used to get the powders, and the powders are just super hard to deal with. I started using the concentrated liquid, which makes things a million times easier, but you still need a lot of graduates. You need a lot of just like pictures. Like I got pictures in there. So dealing with it is not particularly easy. But in terms of the actual process that I'm showing right now, I'm hoping that you guys are looking at it and realizing, I mean, this has not been so bad, right? I hope not. Maybe remake this agitator, LOL, would make life so easy. Yeah, no, I highly recommend it. I think there's some people who swear by doing it by hand. And by all means, I recommend that people do. I think that there's some people who are really particular in saying that like people who use like agitating motor bases or like you might not necessarily get the same results. I don't know that I agree with that. I think I'm good. Like I think my pictures don't come out really any differently than they did when I was just doing this all by hand. So if there's any chance you want to get one, again, I'll show this off again. This one in particular is called a Cibachrome processing drum motor base. I'm just looking at it and reading it right now. Also, I missed all of Alex's messages because I think he's watching some Dunkirk, but he said, my subwoofer sounds so good. I can't imagine life without a subwoofer. The bomb explosions sound like they're in my lap. And there you have it. If anyone needs a subwoofer, or if anyone needs encouragement, Alex highly recommends subwoofers. I also realized I got a text. Oh, my brother is turns out my brother is streaming right now. I don't know if Alex is still in chat here, but shouts out to my brother. If anyone could, I don't know if anyone could hit that command, but my brother's streaming right now, and Alex knows his handle. I don't think he's gonna do it, but I wouldn't mind if anyone went to check out my brother's stream right now. He's doing a DJ set. He does a lot of crazy visuals. And he recently got on Twitch, so I'll shout him out probably at the end of the stream. Yeah, the process doesn't seem that bad. It seems fun to do. Yo, sick, I'll follow. Shit. Okay, we got just a couple seconds here, so I'll have to do it just after all of this whole situation. All right, got about 5 seconds left to pull this off. We'll hear that go. There you go. Pull this out. And I realized I completely forgot a whole entire thing to do while we were letting this go, which is to check the temperature of this running water. We want the temperature of this running water to range between 95 and 105, which is the acceptable range that's used for this Blick step. So I'm feeling it right now, and I'm pretty sure this is hotter than 105. But we need to get this through running water as soon as we can. But I need to also make sure that it's not too hot and not too cold. I'm decently certain this is too hot, so I'm gonna pull this running water down, and you're gonna see that there's a lot of water being used. And that's the one gripe that I think that there really is about film photography, is just like how not necessarily environmentally friendly is. But here we go. This is about, looks like about 98 right now. And we're gonna want it to go, we'll set a timer right now for 3 minutes, but whoops. But we will also just do the other standard trick of pouring this in and pouring this out about 7 times in the span of these 3 minutes. And again, I'm just gonna keep close watch here on the temperature here, because I don't want it to run over, but I think we're pretty good on it not going under. So that would be number 2. I think it's starting to rise a little more than I'm comfortable with, so I'm going to turn it down just a tiny bit. This is number 3. Alright, I think it's getting a little too warm here. Alright, I think it's at about 102 right now. Is that number 4? I think that's number 4. All right, it's about 100 degrees. This would be number 5. All right, still at about 100 degrees, which is good. Number 6. And then we'll let number 7 just go. We have about a minute left. Or a little under a minute left. So we're good to go. Meanwhile, what we can do is, this is pretty safe for light at this point now. So I could just pull this top off. And during this meantime, while I just kind of have it sitting and then also running, we could clean some of this. So we got all the Blix back in there. We can clean this funnel. Let that run. And clean this lid. Let it run. Close this up. Put this back in there. I realize I don't think I cleaned this this developer thermometer, so we'll clean that guy up too. Let it run. Got about 8 seconds left. I think we're otherwise done here. So we'll get this guy off, or we'll pour this guy out. And there's the timer. All right. So at this point now, we have one last step, which is a pretty interesting step. It's really easy. So got all this water out. What we do is we take this final chemical, which was not in the it was not in the heat at all. This is room temperature. This is called a stabilizer. And we just run this in there for about a minute. But we do a couple things here. Bring this up here for a bit. Just like I got a little paper towel here. That guy should be clean. So we take the stabilizer, we'll pour it in, even with there's no light safe lid anymore. And so now at this point it's just covering it up. We'll set a timer for about 60 seconds. And then I take the hand agitator. This guy is what I guess people typically use when they start the agitation for either of the two chemical steps. And we will hand agitate this for about 15 seconds. I realized I was letting that run for quite some time, but we're still gonna do the agitation for about 15 seconds. And we just want to get this chemical kind of coated on the outside, you know, past, like after we've done this rinse. So I think the purpose of this is I think there's probably a couple purposes for this, but my understanding at least is to ensure that there's no streaks as the film dries. I think that's one of the primary purposes, if not the only. If anybody out there might know, go feel free to holler it out. But that is my understanding. I realized I agitated that for way longer than I needed to. Talking too much. Okay, so clean that guy up. We'll put this back out here. Just pour this straight back into the bottle through the stabilizer funnel. So I have funnels for each of my chemicals. Each of my chemicals. I have 2 different thermometers, and I usually just like keep everything as clean and as separated as possible. Now, Mayberry Mech was in here, or if you're still in here, but Mayberry Mech mentioned earlier, maybe the pre-rinse is affecting colors. I think that actually might possibly be the case. I realize I haven't addressed that point. But that may actually very well be the case. I have started not putting in pre-rinse or in between rinses And I think I've seen, you know, a pretty decent improvement. So in colors. Now, I still wouldn't say necessarily that my colors are perfect, but you know, I think there has been an improvement, especially within my portrait, my 35 portrait. So anyways, this is a light pad. It's not, how do I put this? This is not, I don't think this is a professional light pad. I do have a Kaiser Slim Light Plano. I do also have the negative supply light pad. But the reason why I like this and the reason why I pulled this one out is because it just serves as light. It's not accurate. I'm pretty sure it's not accurate. And yeah, but the only reason I pulled it out is because it's light and because it's big. So here's what we can do. Here we turn on this light, which I'm hoping it looks pretty good. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna also clean all of the rest of this up for now, as I just try to show off what's gonna happen, what's being seen on the film. So let me give this a good rinse here. Probably gonna try that in my next batch. Yeah, you try it out and see what you like. I realize not many people do the between developer, between Blix rinse. They just do the post one, and I think that there were even some people who suggested, like, yeah, like even the pre-rinse itself, which sometimes these kits suggest, are also like is not really necessary. And again, I'm not sure if it's not even that it's necessary, but it's that it might be detrimental. So try that out and see if you have any sort of discernible differences. Okay, so I pulled out one of the reels now. And we'll see. Let's see what happens. I'm hoping I didn't fuck anything up. I'm gonna grab one of these guys, or I'm gonna grab this little box here of these are some binder clips. You guys aren't gonna be able to see this, but I do have like a little film drying rack in the bathroom. So what I'm going to do here is try to take out this film and then take a look at it. Under light, and we'll see how this ends up looking. This one, I mean, it turned out, which is great. So this rare one-stop push, I usually go for two, but I mean, these seem to be dense enough and hopefully not too dense. So things looking real good, and I'm quite happy with this. So what I do is I take about 3 binder clips per roll. What I do is I head off over into my bathroom, where I do have a little film drying rack, and I'm hoping you guys can still hear me while I'm in the bathroom using this head-worn wireless mic. But I take it, I clip it up here. And then I take my remaining binder clips that I do have, and I just clip it to the bottom. And I know that you guys can't see this, but I do have to just talk it out. I clip it to the bottom, and that helps keep it straightened while it's drying, and it keeps it sort of consistent here as it's drying. So I do have 4 rolls of film, one of which is 120. So we'll just sort of continue. We'll continue along. Right here. So next roll of film. Again, let's just kind of see how things have turned out. All right, a much longer roll of film, as this and the next one will be. The 2 36 exposure rolls, and we can see that it did also here in this particular case also turn out. Again, all I'm asking for, just hopefully that I didn't fuck up the development in whole. And this one looks like it turned out, so I'm pretty happy about that. And because it's so long, I'm not gonna be able to really easily show like this whole roll, but you know, we kind of have seen enough here, so we can go and bring it out back to the bathroom here. So right here, again, hoping you guys can hear me from within my bathroom. But here's where my film drying rack is. We'll go and get this guy up in here. Clip it down because this one's much longer. It's almost at the floor, but fortunately is not at the floor. So I do gotta bend over quite a bit to get it. I used to do this. I used to develop my film here like this, and I used to just like use like little other clips like this against my shower. But the problem is that the last two places I've lived in have tubs. So this place and the last place I was living in, they both have bathtubs. So what happens is that when you have like a longer roll of film, say 36 exposures or so, it just like it ends up knocking up the tub because I don't have a standing shower. So I ended up just finding you know, I actually got that negative supply solution where you just hang the thing over the door. And that's kind of what I have there in the bathroom here. So here's the Cinestill. You know, this turns pretty different just in terms of like the coloring. But I think this might be one of the first times I've developed Cinestill. I wouldn't say it's the exact, but maybe one of the first times I've developed Cinestill without doing the pre-rinse or the developer Blix between rinse. And we'll kind of see. I mean, Cinestill typically, especially when I'm shooting it in the daylight, I'll have to color correct, you know, just for white balance. And we'll see how this one turns out. But you know, I think it turned out. And again, can't ask for much more than that. So grab 3 more. Bring it to the restroom here. Set the binder clips down. Hang this up. Take the binder clips and then bend over, which luckily you guys can't see my what is it called, the dumpy. Alrighty. All right, final one. The 120 at the very bottom of this this tank spoke. So this is the one we ought to be a little excited about. Alrighty, there it is. I'm just trying to get this all right here. All right, holding it by the edges. And again, as you can see, it has nicely turned out. The first couple of shots were Ada and I just trying to get hopefully our attempts at getting some new LinkedIn shots, LinkedIn photos. And then the final ones right here are the shots we took earlier tonight. So you can see that very first one. I mean, we'll scan these on stream next time that we can, hopefully. That first one being the 80mm, the subsequent 3 being the 45mm, and the final 3 being the 35mm, all the lenses we have for the contacts. So pretty excited to see how those will turn out. But again, we gotta let these dry before we can run any scans. So, get this all good and going. Hang this up where we can. I like taking my 120s and using 2 clips up top. Just a personal preference, not at all necessary. And then, again, just clip at the bottom. Alrighty. Okay. So, with all that said, I mean, there's just a little bit left, which is to just clean up. So the tank still got a bunch of stabilizer in it. The reels also have a bunch of stabilizer as well as this middle portion here. So we'll punch this back into some water, get a nice little rinse going. That's about it. Whoa, that's about it, guys. That's what developing color film is like. Just I mean, as some final thoughts here, I feel like I've heard a lot that color film is more challenging than black and white film, but I started out by learning color film, so it's like developing it is not hard because it's just a process to me, at least. Bring out some more of these paper towels, which again, beware, guys. I don't think it's that particularly hard. In fact, if anyone out there has developed black and white film, what I will say is this: as easy as black and white film is supposed to be, because I'm not formally trained by any stretch of the imagination, it's crazy how I would say it's crazy how not clear it is to develop, for me actually, to develop black and white film. Like, I feel like I'm just kind of like, I've kind of scoured the internet and I feel like I get millions of different answers on what to do, how to do it, what to use. And I've honestly struggled. I've struggled to find out exactly what is really supposed to be needed for developing black and white film and developing it well. And again, what I will say is that I have done it, but it was like, it was a complete guess, and it was not a list of instructions in particular that I had found anywhere, but a concoction of lots of different lists and lots of different people who were saying lots of different things. And I came up with a process, and fortunately I did document it, but I haven't done it other than that one particular time that I worked on this. So I have no idea if any of those chemicals or chemistry is still good. I do have like a gallon of something. I don't actually even know what it is, to be perfectly honest. But I do have some chemistry, so I think at some point maybe I could do some black and white on stream. And anyone who might be more proficient at it than me can possibly just tell me what it is that I'm doing wrong. I did do it once with some test rolls, and we did all right. I gotta say, we did okay. But I wouldn't say I really knew what I was doing, is my thing. The sacred documentation, yep. Scanning on another stream, yeah, I want to be able to. What I will say is this, I typically like to do my scanning streams like a day after I do my development, but I don't know if I'll be able to. I'll see. I'll very well see where we get, because work has been a little busy, and then I do head off to Ada's every other weekend, so I'm gonna go head over tomorrow. So I'll otherwise be out of it. So if I don't have enough time in between when I go, or between the end of my work day tomorrow and when I decide to head out, we might push this. We might push this out to maybe Sunday night. We might push this out to maybe Monday night. We'll just kind of see. But otherwise, it's just going to be hanging there in my bathroom. Hopefully, just it's sitting there hanging, possibly collecting dust. Won't be the worst thing in the world. But we'll just kind of have to see. We'll kind of have to see how things go. So, yeah. Favorite mech. Sounds good, though. I'll try to catch you then. Got a knockout. Thanks for the stream. Hey, I appreciate you being here. Much appreciated. So, thank you again for coming by, and I'll hope to see you the next time I do this film scanning stream. So appreciate it. In the meantime, let's see. Ooh, so my brother actually is still on. No, I don't know how long he's been streaming. So I'm thinking of getting over to him. Yeah. All things considered, I'm looking through all of my stuff here. Yeah, all right. We'll probably do that. Let's raid my brother. Hopefully he's still gonna be on by the time I walk over to my machine and start doing this. Guys, thank you all so much. Shit, I really need to. I'm gonna go over there and type all those commands and all that. But for anybody out there, thank you for being here tonight. It's greatly appreciated. Moon Operator, thanks for the stream. It was fun. Appreciate you being here. Again, for anybody who hasn't already joined the Discord and might want to, feel free to do that. I'll hit the command so you guys can see all that once I walk over there. So I'll hit that up. Feel free to join the Discord. All the topics that I talk about, some exclusive content I usually post in there. Voice chat, updates, notifications when I go online, all that is in the Discord, so feel free to join. Also, I send all bits and subs to the San Francisco Marin Food Bank. So any donations will be greatly appreciated because we can send it over and help make my community around me a little bit better. But if you do want to donate to them directly so that Twitch doesn't take the cut and you could also get your your tax write-offs for it. I also have a link to my donation page for the San Francisco Marin Food Bank directly. So stay tuned for that while I go punch that out. Guys, it's been a great stream. Been going on for about 2 hours, which is about the time it took me to set this whole thing up. But much appreciated. Good night from San Francisco. We're gonna be rating my brother DJ Jimbo Jenkins. Good night, all.